brand for a long, long time. I'm curious, what was the first time that you said, "Oh, that's Notre Dame football"?
The first time that I said that's Notre Dame football would have been, back when I was a kid in Alabama. In Alabama, we played Notre Dame. I still remember Cornelius Bennett just waxing Steve Berline, on the sack. They made a painting of it right there at Legion Field. Coach Holtz, winning the national championship there. I remember that. That's probably I didn't grow up following Notre Dame, but I had a good friend named Keith Young, who I did grow up with, and he was the biggest Notre Dame fan you've ever met in your life. And so I learned a lot about him. I learned to not like Notre Dame because Alabama, was always a great program under Coach Bryant, and Notre Dame was a great program, back in the 70s and all that stuff. So, Four Horsemen and Newt Rockne, you win one for the Gipper, all that stuff. That's what I grew up, on. But at the exact moment where I said, that's Notre Dame, probably just sitting around watching, the 3 channels that we had as a kid, and Notre Dame's on TV. Back then, you didn't get a lot of people on TV, but Notre Dame was on TV. And, most everything else you had to listen to on the radio. Because we didn't have internet, as y'all all know. So that's the difference today, I think, for our young people, is they have access to everything, every day, 24 hours a day. They can watch whoever they want, whenever they want. And back when I was growing up, you didn't have that option. You watched Hee Haw or Lawrence Welk or one of them, Bonanza, and you stood up there and changed the channel, and that's just what you did. And Notre Dame football was on TV. I got asked the question. Somebody asked me a question. I'm so-called against Notre Dame. I got asked a question by a media guy. I don't even know where I was now. It might have been at ACC meetings. Where was it? Yeah, you asked me a question. I just answered it. And the guy asked me a question of whether I thought that Notre Dame should be in a conference. And I said, yeah, I do. I don't. And the next thing, the headline is, Coach Swinney has come out and, no, I could care less what Notre Dame does. I really could care less. My concern is Clemson and the things that I control. I don't care one iota what Notre Dame does. That's their business. But ask me the question, well, my opinion, yeah, I think they should have to play 13 games. To me, it's like and I feel not just them, the same thing with the Big 12. I don't think that's fair. I don't think it's equitable. I can't do anything about it, so I ain't worried about it. I could care less. But you asked me the question, I answered it. And next thing I know, I'm national news. You know why? Because they're Notre Dame. Somebody mentioned Notre Dame. And somebody mentioned that about Iowa or Iowa Wesleyan or whatever, nobody would care. But Notre Dame, man, I'm all over the news like I've got some agenda. I ain't got no agenda. I don't care what they do. Hey, to each his own. I'm worried about Clemson. But it's like the NFL. If you got, how many, there are 32 teams? 32 NFL teams? Okay, well, if 27 of them have to play 16 games, and then the other 5 play 15 games, well, that doesn't seem right to me. But that's the way it is. And I don't really focus on that. I don't lose 1 second of sleep on that. I'm worried about winning the games that we have at Clemson, and because that's what matters to me. But when somebody asks me the question, do I think that it's fair that these teams only play 12? No, I don't. I don't. I think that makes no sense to me.